Alright, welcome back to another stream of Assassin's Creed Valhalla with our Stove Challenge. And yeah, today we're gonna continue with the East Anglia story arc. And we're gonna try to bring that to a close. Also, hey there, Mr. Godi, welcome in. Thanks for being here, dude. And how's it going? Also, hey there, Gamer Loop, welcome in too. How are you doing? And thank you for joining. And yeah, it's going pretty good. Definitely looking forward to be continuing today with some Valhalla stove action. Let me just take care of this real quick here. Hey Vertalian, welcome in. Good mornings. How are you doing? You're going really good, Gamer Loop. Awesome. That's great to hear. Did you continue with your AC games? Yeah, we're currently 14 hours into it, and we just started with the East Anglia story arc. So we got to know about King Oswald and kind of like his struggles to unite the Danes and Saxons. And yeah, we're gonna try our best to kind of like support him in successfully defeating any doubts about, you know, his qualities as a king, I guess. Oh, very nice, Thailand. That's awesome to hear. And yeah, it's going pretty good. Definitely having a nice day over here. It's cooled down a little bit, which is nice because we had pretty much 30 degrees Celsius for a couple of days now. So today it's only reaching 26, which is definitely more pleasant. You're doing the run. Very nice. Which game are you currently up to? Let me just go ahead and uncheck everything here. And we also have 4 skill points to spend. Question is, which ability are we going for next? Ah yeah, we want to go for charge shot, which essentially is 2 arrows at once with a hunter bow, which of course doubles our potential damage, which is really good for stealth. And I mean, going for the bow stun finisher might also be quite useful, I would say. Let's go down here. Thanks, Talion. Yeah, definitely hope so too, but I think we're getting over 30 again on the weekend. So it's not gonna last overly long, but I'm gonna enjoy it as long as it lasts. How about you, Thailand? How's the weather over there in the UK? Revelations game loop. Awesome. Yeah, that's such a great game. I love the story of Revelations and seeing old Ezio. But also all the connections to Desmond, Clay, Altair and stuff. Mac and cheese on pizza from Pizza Hut. Your brain is confused. I don't blame you. I've only ever had pasta pizza once, and wasn't my favorite, to be honest. It wasn't like a mac and cheese pizza, but they kind of like put pasta on there, I guess. For me, it was like too much carbs, to be honest. But I hope you enjoy it, Goody, even if your brain is confused. I gotcha, Italian. Yeah, hopefully it's not gonna be too bad, not too humid. Also, let's go ahead and enable all of this again. Because I kinda had all of this disabled for the dinner scene. Didn't wanna go like fully equipped to a dinner. But yeah, now we're definitely getting back into the action, so I do need all of my weapons and stuff again. I gotcha, Goody. Yeah, that's fair. Definitely something the brain has to comprehend first. What am I eating? Pizza or mac and cheese? I don't know, but it tastes good. But yeah, let's go ahead and meet Oswald here. You can also talk to his soon-to-be bride, Valdis.
You are Oswald's powerful bride-to-be, Valdis.
I'm not his. This marriage is to be an alliance, nothing more. Besides, the man can barely carry a sword or speak with conviction.
Oswald is many things, but a gifted leader he is not. Still, of everyone I have met here, he is the only one willing to be responsible for the place.
I will leave you to your day. You can find Oswald by the docks. Watching the river calms him, apparently.
Also, I kind of forgot something. We have to start streamer bots so the sound bits actually work properly here. Let me take care of that real quick. Okay. You have another one where you have to screenshot it and DM what you ordered. Definitely do, Godi. I'll be interested in seeing. You can also post it in the kitchen channel on my Discord if you like.
Cast about this land, my friend.
Ah, good morning. Up bright and early.
You can labor like a thrall, but you're no good with feasts. Not a good start for a king.
No, indeed. I find a solitary comfort in my menial labors. Not something a king should admit to, I suppose.
The brothers shamed you at dinner. It's your duty to answer their insults. Don't let the matter lay unresolved.
Oh, it was a petty row with henhouse wolves. I'd sooner answer the moo of a cow than worry about their insults. I have a wedding to plan and a kingdom to save. I haven't time to suffer fools.
They betrayed your hospitality, Oswald. Where I'm from, that's a grave insult.
Well, well, here's the mud-soaked Saxon who's been taxing my patience.
Steward Finnair. I know I failed to impress at dinner yesterday eve, but fear not, the Danes will come around in time.
You stake claim to the throne, you dazed dog with no bone. If Lord Halfdan were here, he'd squeeze ale from a stone. Yelling, Finner, my drenger, stick this cur in the ground.
All mewling and spitting, here's Finir, the hound. He has bark, but no bite, just a puppy I've found.
What just happened?
That's flighting, Oswald. Using rhythm and rhyme to lay a man flat. Try it, match his verse.
There's no man you can lead, you dunce of the thirds.
A glutton you are. Just stop eating your words.
Not bad, not bad.
A flighting tutorial for Oswald.
He's an ugly puss, so when he brags, hit him back with something about his looks.
I hail from the north, where the winters are seasoned.
But you're foul. You're a blister. You're a...
Plague-ridden lesion.
Oh yes, that's very good. Plague-ridden lesion.
He's got the wit of a boar, so when he insults you, make him feel stupid.
When I'm done with you, cur, you'll be raven flock food.
But your brain's soaked in mead and your...
Head's made of wood.
Wood! Head's made of wood!
Under all that tough posturing is a sniveling boy, so dig deep. When he brags, take a jab at his manhood.
I've sailed squalls and north winds. You, not even a breeze.
But the winds that you sail...
Blow between both your knees.
Blow between both your... Oh, you mean farting?
Oswald, my boy, you're useless without your raven. This one's wrong for the throne. He's too soft and too tame.
Make fun of his mother. Yeah, mother jokes go all the way back to the medieval times, apparently.
Hit him back and make it personal. Attack his mother.
When you crawled from the womb, you were ugly and lame. Your poor mother, she fainted away from the shame.
Well spoken. Before sword clash and blood flow, we destroy our enemies with well-timed words.
You have a talent for verse, I'll give you that. But how long will that silver tongue hold up against an iron axe?
Let's find out, Finir. I challenge you to a home gang.
You don't mean that, Oswald.
That's a fight to settle disputes, no? A home gang.
A fight to the death, yes.
Let's talk it out, then.
Too late. The challenge has been made. But a fight against Finir would not be anything to boast about. You'll fight me.
Hold on, this is...
That said, I should not be seen killing a Saxon in the streets of Elmenham.
There's a nice islet downriver, near Seahenge. The water will wash the blood clean away.
Prepare the square, and we'll meet you there. I hope you're ready.
I have to be. Just give me a moment to mentally prepare.
Do not make us wait long. It would not be kingly.
I like how we're essentially just trolling him there, because obviously we have no intention of killing him. We just want to prove how far he would go, you know, and if he would kind of like honor his word. Maybe also, you know, test him in battle, I guess, if he's worth anything.
Stretch your wings, Sunan.
You made it. Now tussle with care, and go easy on our future king. He's the only man left who can claim the crown.
Kings are made, not born, Finir. So let us see what we can make of Oswald.
Done.
You still got the touch for drawing a square.
I've been in East Anglia many summers now, but I'll always be a Dane.
Must we do this, Eivor?
Strength and courage are always a boon, Oswald. You'll need both if you want the Danes to accept you as a king.
True strength comes from resolve, Eivor. It speaks to us, a stern voice from within.
I have never heard of talking guts, but a swift axe would silence that inner voice in seconds. You must be prepared.
Wait, you're unarmed?
Where's your resolve, Lord? Stop whining and attack me.
Ah!
We will forge a king out of you yet.
Oh, was that too hard?
It was a good strike. Keep going. Don't hold back.
Oh, back.
Felt that one.
I'm still here.
Hard to believe this one will marry Valdez, don't you think?
Hey Lucario, you just got a German barb yet? Did
It's
you?
a fight you seek.
Amazing. I haven't seen that movie yet, but it's supposed to be actually decent, isn't it?
You want me to fight?
You expect the Danes to follow this pork belly?
I'm still breathing, aren't I?
Show me what you can do, Saxon.
Come now! Inspire us, King!
I'll do what I need to do. I'll battle
You'll
you.
never be king at this rate. Is this the best East Anglia has to offer?
Yes, and I'll prove it.
Come on, fight!
Oh, he doesn't give up at least.
Finish this, Eivor! It pains
Do
me
what I
to
need to
watch!
Yeah.
A kick in his ass. That's how to finish him.
Eivor is the victor. But you've shown us something, Oswald.
Stay down, Oswald. That's enough.
I will not stay down.
You fought bravely. Not with great skill, but with spirit and courage. Always push back with everything you have. Even if you have to get dirty. Even if you must break the rules. Because there are no rules. Not if you answer a challenge head-on. That's where honor lies.
Not winning the fight, but living through it.
A seaside brawl won't change the brothers' minds. Oswald must show results. Redress old wrongs. Fight back against Rued and his men.
The raiders who attacked Beatley have a camp down the coast. The sooner we remove them, the better.
That would go a long way to building you up. And if you brought gifts for the brothers, spoils from the raid, they'd be in your debt.
Time to wet your blade, Oswald.
Eivor, I expect your longship crew could help with this attack.
Oh, they could, I guess, but I can't use them because I have to do it stealthily. But we can still call them to kind of like transport us at least. Just kill him, you feel bad for him. I don't blame you. I mean, fighting with a sword and then losing to somebody just fighting barehanded. Already in use, huh? Ah, yeah. Hey there, general happiness peaks. 21. Nice username. And yeah, I am.
More sail!
No
Did
one
you
has
as
been
well?
willing to take a stand against Rued's clan before. We're a kingdom of farmers and merchants.
Even farmers and merchants can fight when led by the right person.
I hope your faith in pig farmers is not misplaced, Eivor.
There is work to do, yes. But we will rise to meet Rued's clan. God will make certain of it.
I gotcha. Yeah. I mean, German accents are usually quite recognizable. That's for sure. Yeah, I wanna find like a place outside here. We can essentially shoot inside the area without having to go inside. Because we can just use like flaming arrows to burn the carts and cargo. Our countries are neighbors, Denmark and Germany. Ah, hell yeah. I'm actually going to go for holiday in Denmark in a couple of weeks actually. Like 2 weeks to be precise. Quite looking forward to it. I think this bush is tall enough for me to stand inside and still shoot without being detected.
What do you see?
I probably use the predator bow to do this one, I think. Well, it's kind of like on the west coast of Denmark, I guess. Like close to the beach. I don't know the exact location, to be honest. But yeah, it's like over on that side. I've only been to Denmark once before for a longer time, and that was in Odense. If that's how it's called in Denmark. Okay, I want to go for the needler here, because we can use the ability to kind of like control the arrow here. Just need to get it on fire. Come on, game. Why is my arrow not on fire? I'm holding it directly in here. This should work, but it doesn't. Okay, now it did. Wait. Why was the arrow not on fire anymore? The game is already trying to sabotage me here, I think. I mean, it's on fire now, right? Yeah. But when I shoot it, it's not. You see? That's bollocks. I guess I have to just shoot it like this. That works. But they're kinda stupid that once you use the controlled arrow, the arrow isn't on fire anymore. Who thought that makes sense?
Go, my eyes.
What the fuck? These guys just went over here? Even though I shot from a stealthy position? I swear the game is like totally rigged right now. It didn't even know that I was shooting from here because I was shooting from a stealth position. I'm actually surprised I didn't get detected there. But that's actually stupid.
Odin is with us!
Not really in Denmark. Odense is pronounced with a soft. You know what country it is? You're going to Berlin next week? Or you mean city? You mean like the city in Denmark? I don't know exactly right now, to be honest, because my parents kind of like planned the whole trip, I guess. I haven't looked at the exact city. It's definitely like a smaller place in Denmark. Not like a major city or anything.
What do you see, Sunan?
Yeah, I think I have to go around here. In range.
Best not to draw attention here.
That's pretty cool. You're going to Berlin next week. I'm actually living really close to Berlin.
What see you, old friend?
I swear. This guy saw me for like a split second and is already running over here. Stealth is just working fantastic. Ain't it? Let's actually go back to the Predator bow again. Maybe I can aim it from here. Never mind. Doesn't work. Perfect, at least. And I really wish the Predator bows would work more like in Origins, where you can still control them at least a little bit if they fly for more than a second. It's going inside now.
They've left none alive.
Neither will we.
So I was thinking, one thing I could do right is I could technically call in the crew, start a conflict and just hide in the grass, right? Because as long as I'm stealthy, it does work. I just hope there's like no kind of like detection where they still see me in the bushes hiding.
I will let you know.
In that case, I would have to make an exception because, you know, they can't see me in the bushes most of the time. But technically, I could start a raid here and let my crew do all of this. At least technically speaking, no. But I'm not sure. This guy's coming up here now. But I feel like that's obviously going against the idea of doing this stealthy because we still create like a conflict. And it's not like a forced conflict either. So I think I'm not gonna do this, even though technically speaking I could.
Over here!
I'm actually stealthed here still, this tall grass, that's good.
Survey the area soon.
Okay, the next card is over there. That didn't work, of course. That did. kinda wonder if this also counts. What the fuck are those arrows? So basically there's an ability in the game where you can control the predator arrows, I guess. Yeah, that's what I did.
Aid me. Be my eyes.
This guy over here. Of course he doesn't come now. Makes sense.
Show me what lies ahead.
Nah.
Does the threat of
I swear. This is just freaking stupid. So my, the guy actually saw my mates, right? Who are kind of like following me around everywhere. And even though I have a prompt to assassinate him and press a button, Eivor still just attacked him. And there was like literally I can do nothing about my mates getting detected. So I have to make an exception here, and I'm just gonna call him the crew now because that's bollocks.
whatever compels
Literally
you.
couldn't do anything
Hang on
about
to
that.
it.
But yeah, if my mates get me detected, you know, that's not my fault. Gonna see if I can still hide in the grass here and let them do this.
Go, Sune.
But yeah, this mission of course is clearly designed towards combat as well, so that's a thing here. Yeah, me neither, Lucario. That's for sure. Yeah, no. Tom just doesn't want to work, apparently. Actually pressing assassinate there, and the game is like, you want to attack, right?
I have not tasted battle in years. There's still vigor in these bones.
I'm just gonna destroy everything now. I had enough of this.
There's iron to be kissed.
Where is Lucario? Hope you get Witcher not to crash anymore.
Read your fate.
And yeah, have a good luck.
Feel stronger already. Now to kill any stragglers.
Die! Die! We won!
nicely.
Find something?
There's a crate of hack silver here. More than enough to make everyone happy.
We'll take it to the ship.
A hard-won fight.
The first of many, Oswald. Have you the will to keep it up?
This is my gift to the brothers. I have more than enough wealth in Elmham to widen their eyes, but this will be a symbol of my commitment to our fight.
It's a good start. Take what riches you find to Northwich, then send for the brothers. I'll meet you there.
Alrighty. Mission didn't quite go as planned, but that's how it is sometimes, especially with Valhalla. Back to Norwich we go.
That's silver, livestock, and a trophy from our slain enemy. What more do you want?
Who said we wanted anything, Saxon? No battle-dented Dane would ever follow this lump of lord into battle. I don't care how many shields he brings me.
You mean to say you refuse my gifts, Broder?
I don't have time for this.
It's a generous offering, brother. You'd be a fool to turn your back.
Refuse this and your shame will stain the name of your sons and their sons beyond.
Stay out of this, wolf-kissed.
Take the gift. We have bigger problems.
One of Rued's men.
Aye. Sniffing around the outer walls, looking for an easy way to slip a few dozen men inside.
If there's one scout, there will be more. Something you might have learned if you kept him alive.
I was passing water when he surprised me. It was either him or my plow sword.
Where did you find this one?
Just outside the Northwich walls, by the water's edge.
They'll be looking for points of entry to sneak a herd of raiders through.
Jesus. Find another scout. We'll question him.
I'll look around. The rest of you stay here and out of sight. If I find anyone suspicious, I'll bring him here. Rued scouts will be camped near their boats outside the city walls. One of them will talk. Sunan, guide me.
Wait. What are you doing? I'm just a pig farmer.
You're awfully well armed for a pig farmer. Stay down, muckworm. I have some friends who would like to speak with you.
Put me down! I tell you, I'm a cow farmer. Let me go, Dane.
You said you were a pig farmer just moments ago.
It is not beyond reason.
I tend to many livestock.
You are as Dane as I am. Save your breath, liar.
Did Ruid send you too? Speak now, and you may live to see tomorrow.
Arger swine.
That won't make you any friends here.
A scolding like that is a mortal offense, boy. I'd kill the bastard. Don't give him time to act again.
I'll ask once more. Why were you lurking around Norwich's walls?
I came to pay my respects, Lord. To Oswald, the whimpering Saxon ergi of East Anglia.
I could do that all day, you drooling bloodbladder. Only give me a reason.
Lick my dunghole.
Here is the tongue I use for licking. How does it feel against your ass?
When the braziers lit at Dunwich, Ruid and his men will rally. They mean to attack Northwich by its weakest wall. You English Danes are soft as butter now. Ruid sends his blessing, lady. He'll see you again very soon.
He may still be of value to us if he...
Any man who questions your courage and feels no shame, that's your answer.
I will not have blood spilt needlessly in my kingdom. This has to end.
Alive, this man was a risk.
Valdis, this man spoke as if he knew you.
Ruid was my husband.
Your husband? You're married already?
I was. We've been apart for 5 summers. I never expected to see him here, and I never wanted to.
East Anglia's prosperity depends on our safety and unity. With Ruid's clan stomping around, neither is possible. I must speak with him myself, man to man. There's no place for him in East Anglia. He must hear it from me.
Right. I'll start looking for a new king tomorrow. It was good to know you, Lord.
Ruid will eat your lungs for supper, Oswald. Steer clear of him.
If I'm to be a worthy king, I must meet the man who bedevils us. I'll light the brazier at Dunwich and face him when he comes.
You sure you want to do this? Meeting Ruid in the open comes with many risks.
It's the only way. We must face him head-on, and we cannot waver.
Come, Oswald. We make for Dunwich.
And of course, I will see the lot of you there as well. Else the songs of your cowardice will ring out over the generations. I'm sure you're heading to Dunwich any moment.
We'll be there, Eivor.
You don't speak for us, steward.
Need I remind you wags what Halfdan will do with us if East Anglia falls into Ruid's hands?
Alright then, let's do this. So Dunwich is down there, which means you have to travel. We could take the long ship, I reckon.
Man your oars. Can't raise the sail here. Let's have a song. Run up the sail!
I'll be sailing here, Eivor.
Hush now. Take the mast down.
Bring leader!
Not right now. Raise the mast! Sail out! Sing, my ravens.
There it is. Dunwich Castle.
Sail down! Save it! I need your eyes, my friend. Dunwich. Rued's men tore through it.
Eivor, you made it. Dunwich.
It is time to light the brazier.
I'll light it. You do the talking.
Brother Valdis and I will scout the dock. Make sure there are no surprises.
Oswald and I will hold here until the brazier is lit.
The front gate is heavily guarded. You'll not be walking in.
I'll find my own way.
We'll be watching you back.
Dunwich. Now to clear out Rued's men and light that brazier. This area is off limits. Nice, Sunan.
Okay then, seems like we have a freaking eagle vision bug happening again, where they don't get fully displayed, but only like if I directly see them, which is bullshit. You know, it shouldn't work like that. Also means that anybody who we don't have directly in sight won't be displayed to us, which means it's very unpredictable in that regard. And I hate that this bug is like constantly happening. Fuck? You see that? Ah, okay. It actually worked. Because it wasn't like showcased as being asleep.
Show me.
I want to wait for this guy to kind of like stop investigating. I have no idea why this guy even went up here. It's like they literally have GPS detection, know exactly where you are. Like, honestly ridiculous sometimes.
That's the last of them. Once the brazier is lit, the rest of Rued's men should arrive.
Okay, we made it. Even though we have the bullshit eagle vision bug happening. It happens like way too often, honestly.
Odin gives me a bargain. A few dead men at my feet in exchange for a ripe East Anglia, and my wife returned. What a day! You. I don't know you.
Any questions you have, you ask the King of East Anglia, and bend the knee while you do.
Who called for me? Was it you, Valdis, my love?
Why would I call you now, after 5 happy years away from your stinking balls?
I called you, Rued.
You? Oswald, the hopeful king of East Anglia?
And Valdis's husband-to-be. Take your men and go. East Anglia is strong with Saxons and Danes united. It will not fall to raiders.
Must I set sail for Denmark with nothing to show for the journey, after coming all this way?
You'll have my weight in silver. And an abundance of livestock and grain.
I've taken 10 times that already. What's the real prize? I'll make you an offer, Pigfoot. A home gang, just you and me, for the future of your kingdom.
I accept. I accept. A fight to the death.
East Anglia's the prize. Let it be heard. The hazel is laid! The square is made.
When you see a chance, lead Valdis and the brothers to safety. They must not fight today. East Anglia needs them.
Let me be your champion.
No. He called on me.
Whenever you're ready, King of Sheep.
I'm ready!
Now the Saxon king has bent the knee. Call me king before I got you. Fighting dirty, are you? King Rued commands you to die!
Oswald!
Call me king!
Go! Now!
Run for the bridge!
Go! Go! Go!
Move!
I'm going!
Yeah, let's get out of here. mean, you gotta give it to Oswald. He didn't give up, even though he was pretty much outperformed there. He didn't stand any chance.
They're breaking off.
They've given up for now.
Let's put some distance between us. We can rest a moment.
By Thor, he fought well. Raging like a bonfire.
We should go back.
I mean, it doesn't really matter if you survive for 4 or not. For now, we should ready ourselves for an attack. And think forward.
Rued's men will press the advantage. We must be ready when they attack.
We'll go to Norwich. Meet me there when you can.
He died a hero, there's no doubt. If his god won't take him, Odin's sword women will. Elmenham will not recover. None of us will.
Oswald is dead, but the threat of Rued's clan remains. What can be done to drive them from East Anglia once and for all? Well, I guess kill them all. Might help. Right, nice, we got the bow stun finisher. We can also get the improved bow stun finisher. We can essentially stun multiple enemies and then shoot them all at once with a one-hit kill. There was actually an ability in here that I probably should have collected, but that's alright, I can always do that off stream, of course. Now we're going back to Norwich and speak to Finna.
Oswald is dead! Oswald is dead! We mourn the loss of our future king and hope for East Anglia.
Another king lost, Abel.
Stop washing your face with mead.
How can I face Halfdan Jarl now? I've failed him again.
We can take the battle to what remains of Rued's clan before they hit back.
Easier said than done. His men are holed up in Borg Castle, a fortress on the sea.
On the sea? Then it must have a harbor.
It does. Guarded by a gate of hefty iron, held in place by timber spikes, difficult to force open.
timber burns.
It does, but how do we reach it?
We rig your ship with oil at the front, sail it ablaze at the gate.
They would see us coming, long before we reached the walls.
We raise a fiat, an army of East Anglia's farmers, throw them at the front gate as a distraction.
Saxons willing to die for a bunch of Danes? It's a stretch.
It can work, Finir. If they fight in Oswald's name, that is all the courage they will need. You there! Did you hear of Thane Oswald's fate?
Aye, we did. He dragged Rued to the bowels of Elba, Dane devil.
Rued may be gone, but his clan still plagues East Anglia. And would you join us to rid your kingdom of his dogs?
For Oswald? Aye, anything.
2 eager Saxons is not yet defeated. But you may be right. We may have a chance.
I can ride to Elmenham and muster what remains of Oswald's men there. But who else would join us?
The Reeve of Thetford, Winston. He's a bitter old barnacle, but he would fight to the death for this land.
We can assemble a forward camp at the ruins north of Bur Castle.
Ride with me, Finir. Let's pay this Reeve a visit.
With any hope, Theobald remains untouched by Rued's violence.
Hope is a scarce word in this kingdom.
Maybe so, but I would rather hold on to something, anything, than ride with empty hands.
If Rued's clan continues to roam this kingdom unchecked, the people of East Anglia will be as ravaged as these lands.
And where do we find ourselves? Riding into defense to beg a horde of frightened farmers for aid.
To fight for a king that you gave them, Finir. Remember that.
It was my task to find them a king, not protect that king against every danger that might befall him.
Oswald wasn't crowned yet, nor was he married. I say you have some work yet to do.
Right. No need to remind me of father.
Watch your back. Rued's clan may still be nearby.
What did you expect, brother? Sword and silver. We had a bit of fun. That's what matters.
Hey Verrot, welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid, dude, and welcome in, raiders. How was the rest of your stream today? Also, hey Vitalian, welcome back. And hey Maxi, welcome in too. And yeah, it's going pretty good. Working our way through the East Anglia story arc, and we're definitely getting closer to finishing this one. Haven't had any detections yet that I had to count today, but already had some really weird and frustrating bugs happening. For instance, the Eagle Vision bug, where even though they're supposed to be seen through wards, they don't, and only their heart is marked. And I had to basically take down all of the guys in Dunwich Castle without actually seeing where all of them are, even though I should be supposed to see them. Fortunately, it didn't get detected, but yeah. It's kind of tricky when the game doesn't work as it's supposed to be, you know. Then earlier I had to kind of like burn cards and stuff, but had Finna and Oswald follow me. And then they got detected, and a guard just ran straight at them into me. So I tried to assassinate them, even though the prompt appeared, Eivor just decided to attack him. So essentially I had to make an exemption for that part as well. Yeah. So had quite a few bugs already happening today. But that's just Valhalla, ain't it? But yeah, apart from it, it's definitely going good, I would say. How about you? How was your stream today? I hope it went well.
Theobald, just ahead.
Wood smoke and ash. Rued's men have been here.
But yeah, I think I just have to come to terms with Valhalla not working as intended a lot of the time.
So no time's to waste what the Lord has given us.
What about you, Papa? There's so little.
Everything is gone, Reeve. Everything.
Ah, my friend, we will rebuild, I promise you.
But yeah, at least we haven't had any crashes yet today, so that's an improvement, I guess.
You have a will of iron coming here, knowing your kind did all this.
Rued's clan is your enemy, not me. I come on behalf of the late Oswald of Elmenham.
still a Dane from top to two. It's your meddling that led to Oswald's death, leaving our kingdom for the worse.
Oswald died defending East Anglia, defending you. Will you not do the same?
What? Die in defense of a lost cause? I have problems of my own.
East Anglia will fall if Rued's clan is not defeated. Fight with me to drive them off. For Oswald and your kinsmen.
Pretty words, Dane. But the men of Theogvord have their own battles to fight.
If you need an axe, I'm standing right here.
There's a village to the east, Kingsbury. It was taken by Rued's men a fortnight ago. And I'll not rest until it's back in our hands.
Let me and my raiders take the village. Save your strength and join us for the fight to come.
A bold offer. If you do as you promise, the pikes at Theogvord will be yours.
I will take this news to our forward camp, Eivor. Follow when you can.
I will see you there.
Kingsbury's church has a great horn atop its steeple. If you manage the task, blew it, I'll know you kept your word.
Where is Charles Lee?
Yeah, maybe Charles Lee could aid us here in the battle against Rued.
It's a me, Mario!
But you were so glad to finish Tomb Raider 3 cause the last few levels were a damn pain and you accidentally saved as Lara died, so I had to start the level all over. And then 2 hours later you got much further, but accidentally saved as Lara died again. So that was very annoying. You eventually got through it on the 3rd attempt. Jesus, dude. That's so annoying, and I mean the levels are already quite long, aren't they? Yeah, that sounds very annoying for sure, but that's good that you powered through and eventually got it done. GG's on finishing the game as well. But yeah, that sounds super frustrating. If I ever play those Tomb Raider games, I definitely have to keep that in mind, you know? Because, yeah, it's certainly something that I would like to avoid happening.
A word, if you will.
Also, how's it going, Harbinger? Welcome in.
You called to me.
We heard you talking with the Reeve, and we wish to fight beside you. We owe Oswald for his good deeds and fair rule.
I'm glad to hear it. Go to the ruins north of Burke Castle. The army gathers there.
Have you seen Mother? Oh, blessed. Your mother? When was last you saw her? Before the bad men came. She'll be right back, but she ain't. If you say so.
Och nu! Raun och riff!
Through the waves.
They definitely are, and the second last level has a lot of frustrating sections as well. At that point in the series, the devs were a little tired of making big games, you think, so they've added a lot of really tricky sections on purpose. I gotcha. I mean, that's one way to increase the difficulty, I guess, but it doesn't sound particularly
Have a look, Sunan.
Some sort of armed camp there. Hearken well in Hall of
Hold on.
so many levels where there's a trap and you pass it only to get hit by something that was off screen. That's so frustrating too, you know, if you don't even have a chance of actually seeing it.
Kingsbury. Infested with Rued's men. Go, Sunan.
Jesus, how many people are there? But now they all know, of course, where I shot from, right? Probably. You see that the bug is happening again. Like literally just now it still worked and I could see them through the walls and the whole silhouette was marked. Now again I have the eagle vision bug where only the heart is displayed and I can't see people through walls anymore. I swear. The game is like literally trying the hardest to get me detected, you know. Like the whole purpose of eagle vision is that you can see people through walls as well in this game. But no, now I can't anymore. Like literally... Like, what's the point in doing a stealth challenge if, like, the most important stealth tool, eagle vision, doesn't work as intended? It's like such bullshit. And I wonder what actually triggers that to not work anymore, because 1 second it works, the other it doesn't. And literally nothing has changed.
Show me.
You know, I kind of wonder if it has to do with, let's see. With the stealth reckonability. You know, like, that automatically highlights enemies when crouched undetected. It might be that visibility interacts with eagle vision and creates this bug. Could technically reset this and see if that solves it, but the thing is, if I do, then I will lose all the other abilities over here, right? Because that's the only way it's connected. Ah, Jesus, I swear.
They will attack on sight here.
Like there, you know, like there's guards standing over here, but I can't see them with eagle vision now. Just bollocks. And I already had to just take out an entire castle with that bug occurring.
Thomas!
GPS detection system I activated. Can definitely relate. There were so many frustrating moments when you did the stealth challenge with this game. Yeah. I'm not sure if I ever will do a stealth challenge again with Valhalla, to be honest, because the game just isn't working as intended, pretty much, with stealth, you know.
Citizen! Well now.
Lucario, you thought your Witcher 3 stopped crashing, then you alt and tapped. Oh. I reckon you tried switching to borderless screen, maybe? Like borderless full screen or something? Also, hey there, Seraph, welcome in. What was that insult? That is from Watch Dogs 2. In Watch Dogs 2 you actually have like a land drone that has the ability to insult people to lure them over to a location, essentially. That's one of the things the bot says.
What would make a man perform so? Ah, of course, a woman must be involved.
You just finished some sort of meal, guess it will have to do for lunch. What did you have, Harbinger? Also, hey there, Bastard, welcome in. Can I assassinate them? Okay. Like this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go out of this area and I'm just gonna have a save here. Because of this bug occurring, it could be detected any time here, really. This way I at least have, you know, this part of the area saved. By the time I got that random quote in a row. Is it random anymore at that point? I guess you could ask. Small cheese sandwich and a melon. I mean, that sounds delicious, Harbinger. Nothing wrong with a cheese sandwich, and I love melon in the summertime for sure.
What do you see? What do you see, Sunan?
I swear. What is that hitbox? It didn't even hit the tent and it just hit the air. Getting stuck in there. Yeah, everything working just as intended, right?
Cast about this land, my friend.
Where did he go all of a sudden?
Be my eyes, Sunan.
Is the game actually trolling me? You see how it's like literally aligning with his head. I shoot and it doesn't hit. Ah, Jesus. This game sometimes.
I need your eyes, my friend.
Nope. Not gonna call it. I won't. The game has done enough bullshit on me in this mission already. This guy, for example, should be dead because I shot him when the game told me that he would die. And you see that he didn't even run to me either. Like he just runs somewhere. You know, like else. Plus, in my rules I also have basically said that I won't count split-second detections. So if they see me for like a split second and then not anymore afterwards, then I'm not gonna count it ever. I didn't know axes could just curve mid-air. That's another thing that happens here. Oh dear. So where did he go now? Exactly.
Have a look, Sunan.
Where's this guy? Another thing that usually should happen is if you have killed a certain amount of guards, then the last couple of guys will be like automatically displayed. Like the location, but that also doesn't happen this time, which means there's like another bug happening here. Because it would at least give me like a clue about where the rest of the guys are. Oh, look at that, Eagle Vision all of a sudden works again. I can actually see people through walls again. So apparently I haven't killed all of the guys yet.
Go, my eyes.
But I have no idea where the last ones are. Because Eagle Vision doesn't work. Sir, if you have a decision from DWP and you're now in the category limited capability for work and work-related activity, meaning you may get up to £390 extra a month from benefits. That's very good, Seraph. That's awesome. It definitely sounds like it will help quite a bit, you know, with the monthly expenses. That's a boomerang hex, no kidding. So, where are the last guys here? There's one. And there's another. There's even more guys inside the church, apparently. And I wonder if there's a way to get inside the church here. Apparently not. Ah, okay, never mind. I have to force this door open either way, so I guess this part is exempt from the stealth challenge. Of course, I have to create a conflict and call on the crew to be even able to open up the door and get inside here. Which further indicates that this mission is like totally designed for combat and like raiding, essentially, you know. It's not designed for stealth. But, oh well.
To battle! Give me a hand! Sound the horn, signal victory.
Hey there, Sarikvi, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Also, hey there, Afro, welcome in too.
The Reeve has come to join me. Let's hope his promise holds.
The horn! It's been so long since I've heard that sweet sound! Praise be!
I held to my oath, Reeve. I hope you will honor yours.
My promise holds, aye. They of Ord will join you in the fight against Rued's clan.
With your aid, we may yet save East Anglia.
In past times, that horn was used to muster fyrds all across our land. You may find others who have warmed to its call.
Good. Whatever willing men you find, rally them soon at the ruins north of Burg Castle.
Okay, let's actually go ahead and also collect the loot here. Was a pathetic sounding horn? You think so? Kinda like these really deep horns, actually. Right, but yeah, I think it's finally time to strike back against Rued's clan.
The call. I should join Finir at our forward camp.
Let's do this. Guess I can take the long ship to get there a bit faster, actually. Also have another 2 skill points to spend. Do I question is, what do we want to go for next here? I think I'm gonna go and try to get the explosive corpse next, because that can definitely be done for stealth quite well. Can be a bit annoying though, because if you're standing on a body and you're trying to use eagle vision, it might trigger this explosive corpse animation, potentially getting you detected. I just have to make sure that I don't send anywhere near the corpse, I guess, if I want to use eagle vision. I do like long games, to be honest. Gives you enough time and reason to explore every inch of a map. Yeah, I don't mind long games either. Especially when first playing it, it can be nice to have like so much to explore. But I find myself, the more I replay Valhalla, for instance, the less content I tend to do, just because I've seen everything already. And it can be such a time sink, I guess. One of the reasons, I guess, why I focus primarily on the main story in this playthrough. But also because it plays more into the stealth challenge, I guess, as well. But I'm not sure when and if I ever would do another completionist run for Valhalla. Just because it's like a guaranteed 200 hour plus run, I guess. Especially if you decide to do all the DLCs as well.
You must row in these waters.
Let the sail out! Sing us a song.
Cannot sail here.
Bring the mast down! Set the mast up! Sail! Catch the wind!
I definitely find myself enjoying shorter, more condensed games a lot more nowadays, which is also one of the reasons why I tended to play much shorter games this year so far. Kind of like went for New Game Plus runs and stuff, because I just don't want to spend like 10 plus streams on a game nowadays, you know. I want to be able to finish it in under 2 weeks or maybe a bit more. This gets a bit tiring, I guess, if you have like so many long games. But you're the same with this game, to be honest. You would like to do the Siege of Paris and Wrath of the Druids DLC again in the future, but not every playthrough? Yeah. I haven't decided yet if I'm actually gonna do the Siege of Paris DLC, because even though I wanna play all of the Montreal content, I don't think it adds that much, you know, to be honest. And it's just more content, really. So, yeah, I still have to think about whether to include that or not. Kinda depends, I guess, how much time I'm spending on the rest of the game here. But, you know, the main game alone has already so much content that DLCs is definitely not necessary to extend the playtime.
You Salskulls got a story.
I was in Hedeby when I saw the truest scene of love. There were two royals, King Sigurd and Queen Alvidi, who seemed a matched pair. They ruled well, a dynasty of grace, honor, and might. They carried themselves with so much love, all of us envied them. Then Sigfrida arrived, princess and daughter to King Sharvik, a rival house that had chosen to ally with Sigurd, a powerful union. With everything to gain, all to lose, Sigurd and Sigfrida disobeyed all logic and fell deeply in love. But King Sharvik refused to part with his daughter. An old man, commanded that she die with him. She would join him in the corpse hall before joining Sigurd in marriage. So it would pass. Sharvik, died, Sigfrida was next to be burned. As the flames took her, Sigrut leapt upon the pyre and followed her into the next place. Sigrut left behind a wife, children, a clan, a village, and all the riches and honor he held in. For love, what he did seems a dishonor. But love is often higher than honor.
The brothers' fleet, gathered and ready. That horn came from Elmenham. Valdis must have got to them.
Yeah, exactly, Rod, you know. Like, only focusing on main story and doing a stealth challenge already takes quite a while, I guess. So, I have to think about it. Not gonna make a decision yet, though. I'll probably do that once I'm, like, at the halfway point with the story, I think.
Finally, we put my longship to use again. I was tired of it gathering dust.
Our ships are sturdy, but Berg's walls are sturdier. This plan of Finner's is mad.
Eivor! Word of your actions in Theoborn has spread like wildfire. Men are pouring in from across East Anglia, and our ships stand ready.
Theodward's Reeve is with us. His men will be here soon.
More than his, the Kingsbury Horn has inspired men all across this kingdom. We will have the army we need. It seems Oswald got what he wanted in the end. Saxon and Dane united in common cause.
A pity he's not here to see it.
The forces will be ready soon. Are you ready to start the assault?
I am.
Our target is Burg Castle, said to be impenetrable.
Good. Let them have their false confidence.
By cover of night, Valdis will lead the field at the front gates. With Rued's men distracted, our forces move on the sea gate from the backwaters at their backs.
And once we're in, we'll leave no gate closed in that castle. Rued's men cannot be allowed to dig in further. Your longship, is she ready?
She awaits her own special glory. They need your words, Eivor.
Oswald was a man who did not hesitate when you sought him for favors. A man who was fair and strong. A man who gave his life for his kingdom. Honor him today. Honor his memory and fight with the same extra courage he showed.
For Oswald!
For Oswald!
Now is the time. Today we rid East Anglia of Rued's clan, once and for all.
You remember the dream I spoke of?
You sailed through Helheim on a ship of fire.
Here, it may come to pass.
Dreams, life. It may be they are one and the same.
Oh yeah, me too, Rod. That was also a great kind of like beginning to an sword, I guess.
Tonight I ride the flaming sea steed, rushing for the spear din. A watcher alight on water's wake. Another glory I will keep. Ready yourselves. Ruined shitstains will see us coming.
We've been spotted!
Steady! Hold course!
Ready yourselves to brace, men! We bring Helheim to our enemies! How nice! They greet us with some of their own from the air! Arrows! Brave! Odin's hell! May the sword maidens take them swiftly.
Close one!
Honor yourselves, men!
Close one, that was!
Keep your shield arms limber!
Steady your hands! Hold for impact! Hold! Reef sail! No! Forward! Get that ram in place! We need to open these gates!
Charge! For Oswald!
Put that glorious ram to use! Ruined stars are all far! Quick, cut them down!
Let's hit them hard!
It's true actually, Rod. Yeah, it's actually quite similar the way Eivor dives into it. It's always funny, you know, I can only imagine like with all that armor that Eivor is wearing. Jumping into water might not be the best approach. I want to still participate in the battle. Yeah, it's fine. Wait.
Break the gate from behind. Now to the inner gate! Get that ram to the gate and push! And keep pushing! Anglia depends on it! Bridge will be free. These merchants and foreigners.
got you! Shut your arse, twig spine!
Stand fast! This will be over soon!
Worry not for me! You must stop! Silence, fool! So this is what it comes to, Wolfkist? 2 Danes fighting over a filthy Saxon whoreson? If this swine is your prize, come and get him!
The people of East Anglia have spoken. Give yourself over.
Taken prisoner to a Saxon? To you? Never! You think yourself above the Danes?
I think no such thing. Only God is among us, of both Saxon and Dane alike.
You slave of God! Pathetic!
Waste of space.
Thank you.
You'd throw in with these wastrels? These Argir swine? For what? A scrap of land and a promise of peace?
Eivor, no! He should be tried before God, a lawful assembly. I won't have my reign begin with more blood spilt than is needed.
Another screeching scold. This man must die for the damage he has wrought. The old laws are clear.
These are Oswald's lands, to rule as king as he sees fit.
Does Eivor bow to kings?
To defy a king would shame him. East Anglia cannot heal without his honor intact.
And what of your honor, Eivor? How much are you willing to lose?
Okay, I wanna go for a very specific ending here to the storyline. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spare Ruhit. And then we have another choice to make later, essentially. But I wanna see a different outcome to what I usually choose with this storyline. So we're gonna go for this option here.
The rightful king of East Anglia has spared your life today, and so it will be.
Compassion is a virtue suited for anyone, Eivor, including you. Thank you.
I should speak with Oswald. See if he is well.
They also kind of want to respect Oswald's decision, right? Like, he's king, so he's making the decision here. And not respecting that, I think, would not really be in favor of getting his favor, I guess.
Did I just see that? I must be working too hard.
Okay, that's Seraph. Another NPC quote. Not the same one anymore.
Thank you for heeding me, Eivor. I know the worth of such a gesture. All this is like a dream.
But you are not asleep.
Well fought, the both of you!
You came as well, old friend.
If I'd known you were still alive, I would have stayed in Norwich.
Look around you. A happy occasion and a glorious victory.
And soon, something more grand to take place. Our wedding, my love. If you will still have me, that is.
And why would I not?
I fought poorly. I melted under the heat and anger of that brute. And I never...
Oswald, stop. You fought with all your heart and soul. That's all you need ever do.
Come then. We have much to prepare for.
A bride to wed and a kingdom to lead. What some men wouldn't give for such things.
Countless men have died for them. And you, Finir, are you jealous of such things?
Hardly. My heart is afire, but my body aches. I desire only a long nap.
I saw a bale of hay back there.
Later, Abel. For now, I must see to the wounded.
Then I will see you at the wedding.
Aye, of course you will.
I should return to Elmenham. Oswald's wedding will soon begin.
Yeah, I mean, if he's gonna lay down in a bale of hay, then he's gotta make sure it's not below a viewpoint, because that might be a rude awakening.
Victory was hard won, but we did it. Rued's clan is blown to ash.
An assassin alarm? Yeah. Yeah, might be quite a surprise for both the assassin and Finna. Right, but yeah, now there's nothing left to do but celebrate, I guess. With a good old wedding. Let's do this. Travel to Elmenham.
Wedding preparations in full bloom.
Okay, I wanna disable all my weapons here for the wedding, because it's not really an occasion to wear weapons, I guess. And I think I'm also gonna just go for the classic Raven Clan outfit here for now. Just for the visuals, you know. Something casual, I guess.
The wedding is soon to start. How grand!
A beautiful and worthy celebration, my lord.
Thank you. May this feast set a spirited tone for East Anglia's future.
Eivor! I'm so glad you've made it. Just like you to keep a king waiting at his own wedding.
Yet I arrived in the end.
A part of me worried you wouldn't.
I told you I would see you crowned, and now here we are.
Without you, I'd be dead. Another wasted hope for East Anglia.
You look good, Oswald. Like a man about to marry a more powerful woman.
Do I? Because I'm nervous as hell.
Of all the battles a man can fight, the war against himself is the hardest to win.
I hereby name you man and wife. And as man and wife, I name you... Oswald of Elmenham, first of his name, the rightful king of East Anglia, with his lady Valdis, soul, fist, and beauty of this land.
You've done it, Stuart. A king now sits on the throne of East Anglia.
Don't leave yourself out of this song. We did it together.
Back to your dreams, then, of fire and Helheim.
I lost my way some time ago. Hard to say when. I don't want to be here. I never did. This was Halfdan's dream. He ordered me to see it through. In my dreams, I'm sailing, remember? Wind in my beard, salt on my lips. I want that life again. Whether or not I find it, only time will tell. Until then, let us feast, drink, and forget our pain!
That's usually the reason why I make Finnager my crew, because it seems like that's really his wish, right? He doesn't want to be here, he doesn't want to stay here either. He wants to go Viking, you know, on a long ship. But yeah, this time I'm going for a slightly different outcome here. Rod the Viking is never late, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to. Just like the wizards. There's still something robotic about character movement in cutscenes from Odyssey. I mean, also in like the system that Valhalla uses. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, I guess they use that system not to have to mocap literally everything. But yeah, I feel like just going for smaller scale worlds with more mocap scenes is a way to go. And the thing is, you know, like we had Origins with already quite a big open world, and Origins had so many proper cutscenes, you know. It didn't look robotic at all. So I feel like in many ways Odyssey and Valhalla have been like a step down, you know. Like obviously to suit the scale of the games and like the amount of cutscenes and stuff, but I really look forward to games again in the AC series that hopefully have like bigger, like more mocap scenes. Hey the con, welcome in. You always cry at weddings. Yeah, I mean it can definitely be quite the emotional circumstance for sure. And yeah, I guess there's like a certain joy that you feel for two people finding each other and deciding to stay together. The cheap is fine. I completely agree, and it will probably be the same with Mirage and Red as well. Yeah, I anticipate Mirage is gonna be quite similar, unfortunately. I mean, I think with Mirage being shorter, maybe there's a chance of like more proper cutscenes. But I imagine for the side quests and like general, you know, cutscenes, it would probably still be quite similar.
Skål, Ivor! Let's have a drink. Your fist is without ale. Let us address that.
Surely a special kind of metal is required for drinking before the new king.
A metal not unlike your own.
To Odin and his endless glories.
And the new king of East Anglia. May his reign be long and good. Not bad, Wolf-Kiss. I wager you couldn't drink more than me if you tried.
A fool's wager.
A challenge nonetheless. What say you?
I will drink you under the table.
Confident, are you? Let us see how you fare against the ale beast of East Anglia. And we'll make it interesting. Put your silver where your mouth is. What say you?
I accept.
Yes, to celebrate. Skål! Drink more.
Well, what do you say, Elvis of East Anglia?
It's strong, but I am stronger.
Aye, stronger than me. You drink as well as Valdis. Now that I would.
You've made a career out of staring into
Speaking of
space,
payment,
ain't you?
Where is my silver?
Here, well earned, wolf-kissed.
Yeah, staring into space because he drank too much ale and he can't focus on anything anymore. Also, I love that laughter of Eivor. It's definitely worth clipping.
The boar represents fertility. Did you know that?
Not you again.
Freyr, what's your point?
You impress me, Eivor. Your battle wisdom, your strength of character, skilled in so many ways. Yet I wonder, is there any skill of mine that I could impress upon you?
Even a fool has something to teach, whether they're aware of the lesson or not.
Hey, hey. But I could show you how to wield my plow sword.
Sheathe your plow sword, brother. I'm not interested.
You thought... No. No. I wasn't serious. Come on now. Drink and be merry.
Well ahead of you, friend.
Wait, did you hear? Did my brother just call me? I think he... You know I should go. Brother!
Behold, how light-footed I am.
Speaking of clipping things on Twitch, for some reason now when you click on clip, it doesn't take you to the clip editing page. Really? Didn't notice that yet. Yeah, what I can do is via my Stream Deck, I can like create a clip automatically of the last 30 seconds. And that still works, I guess. But yeah, that's of course different to like a menu clipping process, I guess. That's really annoying that it doesn't work.
Eivor, care for a challenge?
It's weird because it even does it when you try to clip your own streams. Oh. Yeah, that's annoying.
Eivor! Wolf-kissed, gaze upon my pots. They stand so strong. Unbreakable at this distance, no?
They are not, brother. My arrows shatter whatever target they strike.
Even after draining so much meat, succeed, you shall be rewarded.
Keep your eyes open long enough to witness me, you drunken lout.
Yes, that's it.
Right position, Gere.
As with everything,
Gaia.
easy task for the
Decision,
weak.
Decision,
Impressive, impressive. Here as promised. Now go enjoy the party.
Yeah. Precision, Gere. Even fully drunk, Eivor has the highest of precision.
Eivor! Some sweet wine for a sweet swine? Come join me! The Saxon god wanders somewhere up here, does he not? I haven't seen him.
They like to say he moves with mystery.
Look! The moon! It moves untroubled now. But one day it will be eaten by a giant wolf and the nights will be black forevermore.
Are you all right?
I've tasted glory once again. And it was good.
I'm glad to hear it. Now...
I always felt like Skoll or Hati. Chasing and trying to fulfill Halfdan's wishes. But now I've caught my sun and moon. I've got them and I don't know.
You can let them go. Sail to a further shore.
My longship's in Valhalla. Don't you remember? Firestarter.
Come on, let's get you to solid ground.
Everything's spinny.
I really rot. I didn't actually know that that didn't work anymore in Valhalla.
You're very strong.
You're very large.
Way nicer. Yeah, I guess it doesn't work.
Sorry for this, Eivor. I've had one last glory. I should be happy. I am happy. Thank you.
It need not be the last.
Not the last.
Enough fun and games. I should see how Oswald is doing.
Yeah, it was definitely very convenient, you know, to get targets where you wanted them to be. Wasn't particularly realistic, but it was fun to do sometimes.
Eivor, I'm about to address our guests, and I'd like you to be there.
It has been a worthy ceremony so far.
And have you had enough fun yet?
I am ready to hear you address your kingdom.
Good. Come, join me. Friends, honored guests, we've pushed through hard times. It seems like all we've known is loss and suffering. But it is not conflict that binds us. It is compassion. May we always favor compassion, even when our enemies refuse its boon. So, to my Dane friends and neighbors, I give thanks for the bravery you have shown during our collective struggles. And for my fellow Christians, may we continue standing as examples of our Lord's grace. Lights in the dark. I see East Anglia's future right here, right now, in all of you, Dane and Saxon alike. To our future.
Still a bit soft on insults, but the king has courage.
And to Eivor, without whom none of this would have been possible.
On behalf of East Anglia, let this ring be proof of our loyalty to the Raven clan and all they have done for us today.
Would you have any words of wisdom for us?
There's only one word of wisdom, and that's
the good king, Oswald. Skull!
To Oswald! Skull!
Skull!
Skull! Okay, everyone, the bridal race starts now. Remember, you all have to lose to the bride and groom. Steady all, and ready yourself for the wedding race. The king and his bride against all.
My king. He... The sheep you left to guard me have been shorn. Oswald! King of sheep fuckers! Show your eyes! I challenge you.
I accept.
Okay, so here's the thing. Every time I've done this mission, I literally thought that if we don't stand up for Oswald, he's actually gonna die. But I was completely mistaken, as Rod and Aura told me. And showed me rather with the video. So yeah, apparently Oswald can actually do this. So I wanna go for another outcome here. And I wanna get Oswald to do this fight. And I feel it's a good choice actually, because it will kind of like showcase that he can stand up for himself, right? And he can win a battle. And yeah, I feel like this fight definitely belongs to him. Score 2 out of 10 meets. Immediately. Before the same 2. Yeah, definitely seems like it might be an outcome, but that isn't so, I guess. Good Oswald is a dead Oswald? You think so, Seraph? Not a fan of Oswald, are you? I guess you would say towards Oswald.
Go fuck yourself!
No square, only sweat and blood.
He may be wounded, but do not let your guard down.
Let's settle this!
I will bury you, Saxon. I'll take all that is yours.
Should a king show mercy to one so
Are we
malevolent?
done with this pissing
So
contest?
cruel? I'll not give you the satisfaction of a good death, for my god forbids such cruelty. Therefore you are outcast. From this moment on.
You have won. My life is yours.
Your life is God's. Now go! Leave my kingdom and never return!
I do not understand this Saxon religion. Oswald is a coin. One side mercy, the other courage. There are few like him, I'll admit. Saxon or Dane.
Such a strange display. Courage and restraint like I've never seen. With all that's happened, with all the chaos Rued wrought, still, Oswald found reason to spare him.
It is a strange thing.
A remarkable thing. From what inner spring does such kindness run? I'd like to know. With my duty here fulfilled, I now choose East Anglia. I fight for you, my king.
Rise, old friend. You're embarrassing me.
Be well, Finir. Your choice is a bold one. You continue to surprise Oswald of Elmenholm.
Thank you, Eivor. When we first met, I made an oath. I promised you an alliance.
You did.
You'll have it, so long as I draw breath.
Till next time, King.
Oh yeah. I definitely say that's probably the best outcome here, to be honest.
Now it seems the wind calls me back to Rambi. Best tell her the good news.
Oh yeah. Time to head back to Ravensthorpe. Oswald, after consideration, nah, we fight now. It's like, I challenge you to a home game. Wait, what? Thanks for taking care of that account, Rod. Oh, I can actually collect some money here from my Jomsvikinger, it seems.
While you were away, your Jomsvikingar helped to serve other Jarls. Here is the tribute they earned.
I'm off. Be well, friend.
Let's have a look what Reda has to offer right now.
Greetings. What do you have today?
Okay, nothing too interesting.
Have a good day. Good.
Let's go report to Renby.
Do you not know fine millinery when you see it, Rowan? I could trade that hat for 2 of your horses.
Silence, both of you!
Randvi, I demand that this matter be settled here and now.
Have patience, Rowan. There is a time and a place for such disputes.
Rowan, Holger, why all this shouting?
Eivor, thank Tyr.
I heard shouting. Is something wrong?
Holger robbed me, and I demand he be punished.
Rot disappointed word. Does the deer rub the stream when she takes a drink? Does a cow rub a field when he crops on sweet grass?
Eivor, this matter requires sensitive judgment. Will you?
Of course. From the beginning, please.
Well now, there is no excuse too small, I see. Nothing to keep you from coveting that seat, is there?
In Sigurd's absence, who has better claim to oversee these disputes?
You might leave them to work it out for themselves, but that would mean letting go, would it not?
Please start again.
You look dumb as a
Tell me all
stump,
that's
my
happened.
friend.
I will start. I have been falsely accused by this Saxon Philistine.
A Philly what? Are you mocking me?
Silence, please. I'll hear both of your complaints and render a decision, awarding compensation if needed. Understood? Rowan, tell me your version of these events.
As you are aware, Holger and I are neighbors. Near enough that I often catch him at my stables, stealing my tools.
Borrowing.
Holger, let him speak.
Stealing, borrowing. My point being, I have always allowed him to use whatever he pleased. I greatly admire your Norse generosity and had hoped to match it. But this morning, Holger stretched the limits of my grace. Entering my stables for their feed, I found my most beautiful, gentle mare stripped of her tail. Bereft, not a strand in sight. I am ashamed to say my natural suspicion drew me to Holger, and how right I was. For when I peered across the lane, there he was, gripping a horsetail brush slathered with indigo, dragging it across a sheet of
painting, Rowan. I was painting. You make it sound so crude.
You see? Such willful arrogance. It will take ages for Ilgefu's tail to reach its former length. I demand compensation.
I understand. Thank you, Rowan. Holger, let me hear your side.
Eivor, you have known me as a skald for years. You have seen how my poems bring life and joy and wisdom to our people. And you know that my work requires a certain, let us say, freedom. To make use of rare resources to compose my verses. Often when lacking the proper tools, I have made use of novel items. Alvis's walking stick, Tovi's inks, all were given gladly.
You cut off my horse's tail to make a brush, you bleeding...
Rowan?
As I was saying, this morning in the throes of poetic reverie, I realized that my latest piece required delicate brushwork. I could have used a frayed stick, some cloth, my hands, but no. I needed something gentler, softer. To make a perfect brush, I needed the fine hairs of a well-raised horse. And so I availed myself of a local resource.
You clipped Alfgafu's tail to the rump without asking.
It was early. I did not wish to wake you.
Thank you, Holger. I believe I understand your position.
Thank you for the lurk, Seraph. But given gladly, Holger, you just rocked up to the stable and cut off a horse's tail and then went about painting with it. I don't see how that was given. Yeah. And the other thing is also there's like more complaints later on as well with things he's stolen, so it's not like the others have given gladly either.
I believe I have heard enough. If you will...
My horse looks like a fool, Eivor. No handsomer than a donkey now. You must do something.
Do not conflate hair with beauty, Rowan. She remains radiant. Elgifer's hair will grow back in no time.
Quiet, both of you. Now listen. Holger, Rowan is clearly in the right. You sheared the tail from his horse without gaining permission.
I borrowed the tail. Borrowed! Does the reality of regrowth not make this a victimless crime?
It is a two-victim crime, Holger. Though they are unharmed, you took without asking, and that will not do. As the horse's value has diminished significantly, you will pay Rowan its market price.
But the horse was not for sale. Rowan, admit it.
My decision is final, Holger. Pay what you owe and meet tomorrow as friends.
And if I do, may I keep the horse?
Pay the man and be done with it. Rowan, does this satisfy you?
It does. Thank you, Eivor.
Good. Then by Tyr's blessing, let this matter rest. We are done here. Return to your homes in peace.
Would you allow me to pay you with a vibrant painting? After all, in some ways you helped in its creation.
Absolutely not. Silver is the only color I wish to see from you.
Holger goes in the shop and drinks a bottle of milk and leaves it on the shelf. Holger, it's okay, they'll replace it with another. Yeah, it's like natural restocking, you know.
Oh, hello, Eivor. Good day. That Holger, he is quite a character.
I almost envy him. To see the world through such a muddy glass and live with such petty concerns. He hasn't a care in the world.
Let's not walk too far with that idea. I need you right where you are.
East Anglia is with us. Their King Oswald has pledged his loyalty to us.
Eivor Kingmaker, we shall call you soon. Some interesting news. King Ceolwulf has sent Ceolbert to Shropshire. He hopes to install him as Elderman there.
Good for Ceolbert. He should do well considering all he has learned from you.
I gave him only a taste of my knowledge. The rest he will need to figure for himself. One more thing. I do not know if you heard, but Svend passed away a short time ago. The poor man slipped away in his bed.
I had not heard, no. And how is Tovi? She must be gutted.
It has been rough on her. She spends quite a lot of time at his burial mound. Speak with her, if you have the time.
Rest in peace, Swend. Unfortunately, I didn't get to renovate the tattoo shop in time to use his services, but we at least had a couple of conversations with him. But yeah, just passed away like that, you know. And that of course can happen. I also want to have a look here at the letter. And then after that we're gonna go take a break. From Cheerwolf. Eivor, I pray this letter finds you well, and my son. Cheerbite has written me a few times now, often in so much detail it is as I am there. He admires you, trusts you. It warms my heart to know that he has someone to look up to. I know you will do the right by him. As for myself, I have said it nicely in this new role. My court is behind me, and I have the people's loyalty. For the first time in a long time, Mercia is stable. It's thanks to you. King Cheerwolf II. Oh, it's nice to have friends. But yeah guys, so now that East Anglia is finished, I'm gonna go and take a break. And then after that we, I guess, have to make a decision about what to do next. There's definitely quite a few choices we have. I think first I'm gonna talk to Tovi. And yeah, listen to her in regards to the death of Swend. And then after that I might actually start the quest line, which is kind of like a crossover with Mirage. Because it will give us quite a good armor. That is like a reference to the Mentor of Alamut, I guess. And that also has very good stats for both assassination damage and stealth damage. So I think I might actually do that one before we start the next major story arc. And yeah, as for like the next story arc, I guess we have a choice between Oxenfordshire, London, and Asgard, I guess. I think I want to go for Oxenfordshire next, and then London, and then Asgard actually. So yeah, I think that's gonna be the plan. Thank you, Rod. I definitely will. There's some buzzing coming through the stream. Hold up, let me listen to that. There's some buzzing coming through the stream. Hold up, let me listen to that. There's some buzzing coming. Is it still occurring? It's stopped now? Okay. Oh. Yeah, that's really weird. I have no idea why that's happening all of a sudden. It hasn't happened since that Ghost of Tsushima stream, I don't think. At least nobody has mentioned it. But who knows, maybe it has happened and I just wasn't aware of it. Thanks for telling me, Vorod. I definitely have to make some more investigation, it seems. But yeah guys, so it's more like a distortion. Ah, okay, I gotcha. Yeah, probably let me actually clip that, I think. Then I can go back and listen to that again. But yeah, I'm gonna go and take a break now. And when we come back, we're gonna go and do some side stuff, I guess. So yeah, catch you in just a few. Alright, we are back. Thank you all for staying tuned, and welcome back to more of AC Valhalla. As a bit of a change of plans today, I'm actually not gonna be hopping back into the game today anymore. What we're gonna be doing instead is I'm gonna be showcasing some of the behind the scenes that I haven't showcased yet of a game. And then we're actually gonna call it because something else has come up. And yeah, there's a few things I have to take care of. So we're gonna be watching some behind the scenes today before I will end the stream. But I still hope that you're gonna enjoy this look behind the creation of the game and like the early stages of it. And yeah, kind of like seeing how they came up with a whole idea, I guess. And there's a couple of videos I would like to showcase. One of them is the field trip video, which essentially is the team going to the locations where the game is set. So in this case, Norway and England. And that's like still a very early like development phase of the game, right? Like nothing has been really created. They're just trying to gather ideas and stuff. Then I would like to showcase the interview with Magnus Brun and Cecily Stenspio on the motion capture for AC Valhalla. That's the two actors for Eivor. And yeah, then we have kind of like a compilation of some making of stuff. And I would also like to showcase the flora of AC Valhalla 2. So yeah, we're gonna be watching a couple of videos there on the behind the scenes stuff. And then I'm afraid I have to call it for today. Thank you, Rod. Welcome back as well. But yeah, let's have a look here at the first video. And that's a field trip to Norway and England. And that features some very prominent people, I guess, in the AC team on Ubisoft Montreal, including Darby McDevitt, also Raphael Lacoste, and even the game director for AC1. So yeah, some pretty important people there for the series. So hope you enjoy, and I will be in chat.
We have this approach where we're searching for the subjective aspect of the exploration. So what is my feeling when I'm in this place? How I feel the scale of the environment.
This is the first time I've been on an inspiration trip this far ahead of the actual production, that we get to go to a location and really like breathe in the air and get it into our bones before we actually start making the game. Because the game's just right here, right now.
It was so impressive. I didn't expect it to be that big, and I felt like an ant in a world of giants.
When we talk about scale, it's trying to put ourselves in the shoes of the people living in this time period. What did they feel when they discovered some place in the Lofoten Islands? It must be incredible. So you have to play with proportions, you have to play with contrast to make sure that you bring this feeling you have when you are in the real place.
We are now about to enter the kingdom of the most wealthiest and powerful chieftain in this area.
We are talking about one of the 10 to 15 mightiest and wealthiest and most powerful men in northern Norway.
It's very interesting because it brings you back in the times and you have a very strong immersion. It's like the fantasy of being in a time machine and being able to travel back in time and be there.
So raise your glasses! Skål!
I think it's great for all the team, for people working on animation, working on sound design, working on environment design, working on clothing, on character design. All this stuff is there. It's also very moving to see all these traces of this culture, these people who were living in this very harsh environment, and they were still like very strong, and they developed all this very strong culture, belief, and They were extremely pragmatic to see how they worked, how they created all this very complex housing, how they created the ships, how they navigated. It's a beautiful package for inspiration. I was really expecting to visit UK, so for me the challenge was how can we bring interesting flavor to all these biomes, all this landscape? How can we make this world interesting for the player? In terms of artistic vision, it's a composition of the landscape. All the layers of history, seeing the ruins next to the landscape. We've seen the rolling hills of Mercia, beautiful rolling hills. We'll use that as reference.
I've never been here before, so this is my first experience. It's a dream I've had since I was a little boy, like 5, 6 years old, and this is a blast. Like just seeing, where Vikings would have trudged and gone through, and just getting into that spirit of it is really, really fun. I would like to, on the quest side, like to try and pull that feeling off, like the first time you get, like what the perception of a Viking would be. So if we can get that, I'd be really, really happy.
We have to make creative decisions about what we want to bring in the game. What are the iconic elements I want to bring to the game because they are interesting. It's really about creating magical moments in this world, using all these iconic places we visit as inspiration.
Visiting a location early in conception and pre-production is interesting because you sort of arrive thinking you know what questions you're going to have answered, and then new questions and new answers just pop in that you didn't even realize you wanted answered, right?
All these moments are going to impact and give us a strong inspiration. We've been watching videos, we've been watching a lot of photos, documentaries, but being there is going to really bring the immersion and, I would say, the inspiration to the next level.
The fight is mine, Kjotve. Sigurd is only here to watch me feed.
When I received the call that I got the part and what it actually was, I was mesmerized. I was just I was shocked, actually. I thought it was so cool to be part of a Viking game, because I grew up with all the stories of the Vikinger.
As a Dane, I've been taught about the Norse mythology. So I knew about the sagas, I knew about the Vikings, I knew about all that. When I got the part of Eivor, I could take all that knowledge with me.
For me, mocap was the first time. You get fitted into a suit.
Which is tight, almost looking like you're doing aerobics in the 80s. And you had to imagine being in this incredible world.
And then you are acting with co-actors and saying your lines out in a room that looks like kind of a gym.
During all the motion capture, I had this axe, which is very important to Eivor, and it became very important to me as well. Also, when you're filming and you don't have that many props and you don't have the costume, you don't have all that, I grew accustomed to having that.
I had a favorite prop. I had Eivor's bow, and I wanted it to look effortless when she walked in the room, and still, carrying the load of loss with her. Eivor is a very complex character. She's driven by her heart and her emotions, but she's also driven by the rage and her hatred towards the violence that was committed towards her family in the beginning. I want the players to jump on board in the story and kind of jump into Eivor's hand and then feel all her emotions. Because even though you're a badass Viking, I wanted Eivor to have a heart.
You want the character to lead. You want the character to be able to go around England, go around Norway, and making alliances and having people follow Eivor. So we tried to make Eivor more of a leading character, more of a clever, ambitious, smart character.
Lovely dove will get your throat cut.
The writers on the story in Valhalla are so talented. The stories are just excellent, and some of the lines are poetic and beautiful.
Our souls must sound in a heartful song.
I also had a lot of struggle with saying some of the, you know, the names, because there was a lot of words I didn't even understand that we have to look up. Saying Shropshire, Shropshire, Leicestershire.
Tell me more about Leicestershire.
That was difficult for a Dane.
There was one line that just never left my head. Eivor is returning to where he lived as a child, and looking at his old village being ruins, and saying something like, "Home."
It was home once. Now it is nothing but bone.
That just stuck into my head.
I'll say it's been a real joyride doing Eivor, and also doing a part together with Magnus Brun has been a privilege. He's an awesome actor. He's also a really, really cool voice actor too. And it's nice to share a role with somebody. So you have somebody to discuss different problems with, and also to talk about the cool stuff in the game with.
It's been so fun working with Cecilia, because she's a great actress, has a great voice, and she's a very lovely person in real life, and she's a very fierce Eivor.
For Odin!
Odin is with us!
Okay, let me actually pause it real quick, because it seems like this is kind of like doubling here. It's kind of like showcasing something we've already seen, of course. I love when I said Odin is with us. That's pretty awesome. Let me just see what's actually new here.
Odin is with us!
I mean, yeah, this is pretty much just... We've already seen it, then it's like the baseball quest, which I'm not really interested in watching, to be honest. So let me have a look here at the next part. Maybe there's something that we haven't seen there yet. Oh yeah, it's the baseball quests again. Okay, I think we're just gonna have a look at this flora part, because that's actually unique and something we haven't seen yet. It was pretty cool. Yeah, I like both interpretations there, for sure. And safe to say, both voice actors did an amazing job with their characters, I have to say. But I still have to say that I really, really love Magnus Brun's voice acting so much that even though Eivor is kind of like a canon female, I still tend to usually choose male version just because I love his performance so freaking much as Eivor. But also really loved him in the show The Last Kingdom. Just in general, you know, he's like such a remarkable voice, and I know he really delivers his lines so damn good. So he still is my favorite one, but I also really like Cecily's voice acting too, for sure. But yeah, let's watch this creation of a flora behind the scenes video as well.
Salut, je m'appelle Adrien Paguet-Brunella et je suis artiste d'environnement sur la franchise Assassin's Creed à Ubisoft Montréal. Avec mon collègue Joël Pelletan, on a réalisé la végétation d'Assassin's Creed Valhalla et ça a représenté 3 ans de notre vie. Aujourd'hui dans cette vidéo, je vous propose une petite balade pour vous montrer comment on l'a réalisé. Valhalla, ça a vraiment été un gros défi du point de vue des environnements naturels parce que les joueurs qui sont habitués à la franchise connaissent généralement des gros paysages urbains avec des monuments architecturaux iconiques. Et là, on a vraiment voulu représenter une nature omniprésente, luxuriante et qui permet de guider le joueur tout au long de son aventure. Donc sans pour autant recréer littéralement la réalité, notre objectif c'était vraiment de concevoir des décors grandioses, concentrés sur l'émotion et sur l'évasion. Et c'est pour ça par exemple qu'on s'est vraiment inspiré du courant artistique romantique, comme les peintures de Caspar David Friedrich qui ont vraiment été une grosse source d'inspiration pour nos environnements. En plus du défi artistique, ça a été vraiment un gros défi technique, puisque la végétation elle a un coût, elle pèse beaucoup sur la mémoire en fait des consoles comme la PS4 ou la Xbox One. Les arbres sont modélisés en cylindre avec beaucoup de polygones, et en plus de ça les feuillages sont faits avec de l'alpha, et l'alpha en fait c'est une couche de transparence dans les textures qui permet les effets comme la lumière qui passe à travers les feuilles ou le vent, et c'est un coût important aussi. En plus de ça on voulait représenter toutes les saisons sur la carte, et on s'est vite rendu compte que la végétation en fait elle allait occuper entre 50 à 60% de l'écran des joueurs en tout temps, que ce soit le bord des routes en jachère, les forêts luxuriantes, les étendues de fleurs sauvages ou même toute la végétation envahissante sur les bâtiments en ruine ou abandonnés. C'était pour ça que c'était important de lui donner la place qu'elle méritait dans le jeu. Très tôt pendant la conception du jeu, donc en début 2018, avec Vladimir Eskandari, notre assistant directeur artistique, on a mené 2 recherches en parallèle. La première c'était pour identifier puis répertorier toutes les espèces emblématiques en fait de Norvège et Angleterre, et puis la seconde c'était découper la carte pour pouvoir attribuer les saisons et les palettes de couleurs que l'équipe de production souhaitait. On devait s'assurer que les joueurs puissent expérimenter des ambiances très diverses et variées, par exemple des ambiances arides, des monts enneigés, mais aussi des forêts luxuriantes et oppressantes. Et notre directeur artistique Raphaël Lacoste nous a vraiment guidés pour établir ces ambiances recherchées. Au total, on a trouvé entre 60 et 80 espèces différentes, et évidemment il a fallu qu'on effectue un tri. Et pour effectuer ce tri-là, en fait, on choisissait par exemple entre 2 fleurs bleues, celles qui avaient une silhouette plus intéressante, une forme et une densité qui permettaient la composition qu'on souhaitait dans les ambiances. Au-delà de ça, avant, il y avait déjà des espèces qu'on avait choisies et qu'on savait qu'on allait faire, par exemple comme les typiques ormes ou chênes imposants en Angleterre, ou les champs de bruyère, qui sont des couleurs vibrantes qu'on voulait absolument pour les côtes en Angleterre. Et d'ailleurs, anecdote amusante, en faisant ces recherches-là, on a découvert qu'il y avait une société de la bruyère en Angleterre qui répertorie de manière exacte toutes les couleurs des fleurs de bruyère. Ça nous a vraiment été utile pour les produire. Et au final, on a gardé entre 30 et 40 espèces pour la végétation basse, donc les buissons, les fleurs, l'herbe, et puis 8 espèces différentes pour les arbres. Donc une fois cette sélection faite, on passe à l'étape qu'on appelle la modélisation. Donc comment ça fonctionne, c'est qu'on commence par créer des versions très haute résolution, très détaillées, incluant tout le détail comme les veines dans les feuilles ou toutes les aspérités sur l'écorce, et puis petit à petit on réduit cette résolution pour garder le maximum de détails mais aussi s'adapter aux besoins de chaque console ou PC. Pour arriver à tout ça, on fait des recherches qui sont quasiment botaniques, pour à la fois créer des espèces qui sont plus génériques, qui servent à remplir la map à grande échelle, mais aussi des espèces qui sont plus uniques, avec des silhouettes plus intéressantes pour vraiment des ambitions de composition et d'émotion. Donc par exemple, on travaille avec des concept artists pour vraiment travailler sur les silhouettes et les formes et s'assurer qu'on amène des surprises en fait dans des environnements naturels pour toujours rafraîchir le regard des joueurs. Par exemple, on a créé 3 arbres uniques, extrêmement imposants et stylisés, comme celui qui est au milieu du settlement par exemple, et on les a traités quasiment comme des personnages à part entière. Et leur objectif, c'est dans les environnements naturels, au même titre qu'un monastère ou qu'un monument architectural dans les villes, d'attirer le regard du joueur et d'offrir en fait des opportunités d'aventure et de gameplay. Pour autant, Assassin's Creed, ça reste un jeu, et la nature et les environnements naturels ont un impact direct sur le gameplay, et il fallait vraiment pas qu'on bloque ou qu'on ralentisse le travail des level designers, et surtout l'expérience des joueurs en bout de ligne. C'est pour ça que c'était vraiment indispensable qu'on puisse offrir des éléments de parcours naturels, mais aussi dans la disposition des arbres pour s'assurer que la navigation était fluide. Leur disposition sur la map, ça a d'ailleurs été vraiment un défi et ça a demandé beaucoup de développement technologique et de temps, puisqu'il nous fallait des outils automatisés pour pouvoir placer à grande échelle les éléments naturels, mais aussi garder la mainmise sur ceux-ci pour s'assurer que ça restait logique et conforme aux ambiances et aux compositions qu'on avait déterminées sur la carte. Je crois que d'ailleurs, un de mes environnements naturels préférés, mon chouchou personnel, c'est les marécages. Vraiment parce que c'est le premier biome qu'on a réalisé avec l'équipe, mais c'est aussi le premier biome avec lequel le joueur interagit quand il arrive en Angleterre sur son bateau. Et on voulait vraiment sortir un petit peu des représentations clichés des marécages, avec de la boue, des roseaux ou des arbres morts, et on voulait vraiment essayer de travailler sur le mystère et la poésie qu'on pouvait en dégager, que ce soit avec des accents de couleurs ou des fleurs. C'est vraiment un biome que je porte haut dans mon cœur et qui véhicule vraiment des émotions marquantes, je trouve, quand on l'explore. Réaliser les environnements naturels d'Assassin's Creed Valhalla, ça a vraiment été une aventure incroyable, une vraie étape dans notre vie, avec une équipe tellement soudée et motivée dans un contexte si particulier de la pandémie. Et je suis vraiment super fier du travail qu'on a réalisé ensemble et encore plus fier de travailler avec des gens qui ont autant de talent. C'était vraiment génial de mettre en place des développements technologiques et artistiques au service de ce projet, et j'espère vraiment que les joueurs apprécient l'exploration des paysages qu'on a conçus pour eux. Puis sur un plan plus personnel cette fois, j'espère vraiment que cette vidéo elle va donner encore plus envie aux joueurs d'explorer et de remarquer les environnements naturels des jeux vidéo, mais aussi de se rendre compte qu'il y a des métiers dont on ne soupçonne pas forcément l'existence quand on pense à la création d'un jeu vidéo et qui pourtant sont tellement passionnants à explorer.
That was really cool. I quite enjoyed his insight there, you know, and yeah, I mean, they really stepped it up, I think, in lots of ways, you know, like in terms of like how the environments look and behave, also according to wind, the seasons, etc. Which I would definitely say is a step up from Origins and Odyssey as well. And what I especially love, which I also have been talking about quite a bit already before, is the inspiration they draw from like 19th century romantic style paintings, especially Caspar David Friedrich, which is one of the most famous German painters of the time, who also lived very close to where I grew up actually, so he has like an even more importance to me, because my parents also introduced me to him and his artworks. And when I actually saw and played Valhalla for the first time in England, you know, I was like, okay, this actually looks like one of those paintings, without even knowing, you know, that was like the inspiration or where they drew inspiration from. So I think that aspect is really cool, because also the history behind 19th century art is really interesting, you know, because it kind of like came up in a time where industrialization was on the rise even more than before. And people lived in cities full with smog and everything machinized, you know. And they kind of like had stories about the medieval times, painting about nature, the medieval times, as like an escape to go back into the nature, you know, kind of like as a reaction to industrial times becoming more and more important. And that's also why Caspar David Friedrich painted primarily in the nature, you know, and kind of like nature-focused paintings. And yeah, there was definitely kind of like some obsession with medieval times, because it was like regarded as a romantic, you know, escape, I guess, into nature and into a time where none of what was present at that time in 19th century was there. So yeah, that's something I really, really love about Valhalla, I have to say, you know, why I really appreciate the environments and how much thought has been going into it. Ember smooth, that's the definition of smooth parkour in AC today. Mirage parkour is hopeless. Oh yeah, I guess you can't really make a statement against the environmental artists, because they definitely have been placing trees back to back and stuff. I guess it's more like you know, the actual parkour mechanics that don't really work too well, because often in cities and stuff you actually have trees connecting to other houses, but I guess the gameplay mechanics just don't work always as intended. But I feel like the environmental artists have done an outstanding job with Valhalla. And the other thing, of course, is, you know, like seeing the video earlier with the field trip and seeing all these empty spaces in England, you know, which of course for a fact is there. It's definitely tricky, I would say, from like a gameplay perspective to make it seem realistic and still have like all the trees connecting. I mean, obviously in forests and stuff, that would be easy to do. But I mean, just looking at this, you know, like quite tricky to create like lots of tree parkour over here, you know, like you have lots of empty spaces and stuff. So it's tricky to work like a good parkour opportunity into an environment as this, I guess. So I can't really blame the team for not making everything like parkourable, I guess. But yeah, the gameplay mechanics itself, of course, really have to be refined, and I hope that for Mirage it's gonna happen. There's actually Ask Me Anything going on today on Reddit, just now actually in this moment, where the team of Mirage is answering some questions. And in the break I had a look on there, and literally every question in regards to the parkour system has been ignored. Like literally. when it comes to back ejects, side ejects, why the parkour system hasn't been more refined and stuff, completely ignored so far. Only questions regarding the like story or something has been answered. I mean, obviously they still have some time to answer, I guess, maybe like another hour. But to me, it really seemed like they have no intention of even answering any questions that might, you know, put the parkour system not the best of lights, I guess. So yeah, my hopes for Mirage to be like an advancement over Valhalla, you know, it's definitely quite slim, I have to say. Typical, yeah. Yeah, it really is, you know. Let me actually see if I can find that. Maybe we can have a look on it together. Maybe there's some more answers they have given us here. Oops. More of a marketing aim, it seems. They probably have a script for what they're allowed to say and not to say. Probably, yeah. Like, you know, for example, the most upvoted post by Leo K, I guess. I mean, to be fair, he asked like a lot of questions, but a lot of them are about like, you know, are quests replayable? Is there gonna be a quick save like in the old games? Are there the possibility for ejects? And it has been completely ignored, even though it was one of the first questions asked, really. You even got like awards and something, so we literally can't oversee this, but there hasn't been any answer yet. And yeah, the only answers I've seen so far have been in regards to like the story, I guess. Or like things they already have talked about, like the tools or costumes and stuff, you know. Just talking about Baghdad. There's the photo mode apparently. Difference between costumes and outfits. There's also gonna be some connections between Mirage and Origins apparently. Like there's still the Master of the Order of the Ancients and also some items that remind us of Origins. But yeah, they completely ignore anything like, is the menu jump button back? No, it's literally just a short answer. We just have to say yes or no. But it looks like there's not even a menu jump, you know. You really have to ask yourself why. Is it so damn difficult to include a menu jump? I mean, games like Control even have a menu jump button, you know. So, a studio focused on parkour shouldn't have any issues. They've actually barely answered any questions. I just saw, like, earlier when I looked in the break, you know, they were basically the same answers. And I think I saw one new answer in like 40 minutes or something. I hate when people start like an AMA and they don't even bother really answering a lot of the questions. Or just answer like one question every half an hour or something. It's like, come on, man. But yeah, that's safe to say quite disappointing. Game A. Regogi getting information but just in a different way and on a different platform that will never bring it back. Yeah. I reckon we have to wait until maybe next generation to have a menu jump button again. But yeah, I mean, I kind of figured that we won't have menu jump and side and back ejects again. Or at least ones that aren't circumstantial. Since when they talked about the pillars of Assassin's Creed with parkour, they didn't mention any of that either. You know, I mean, the highlights of that was kind of like, as voting, there's kind of like these opportunities where you can swing around a corner. You know, basically everything that we already had in Valhalla and the games before as well. So, yeah. It's definitely not gonna be a revolution in terms of parkour, it seems. That being said, having a city that is focused around parkour, I think is already quite a plus, you know. Because even with a quite basic parkour system, if the environment is working in favor of that, you can still have some fun. But obviously, you're not really in control of everything if a lot of it is automated, I guess. So yeah. But one day there will be a studio coming out with their own IP with a much more advanced parkour system. Blow people's minds as to how advanced it is, and Ubisoft will be left in the corner in shame. Yeah. I hope that one game is really trying to be better than even the older AC games in that regard, you know. Having like a similar style of game. There certainly was a chance of games like Ghost of Tsushima and stuff, but there was also rather basic still. I mean, it served its purpose, but was also quite automated most of the time. I think it's really a shame because traversal in games, I think, can be such a big element, you know, and something that really makes everything between missions fun to do. You know, like games, for example, like Spider-Man have been proving that quite a lot, that if you have like a system, like a game in a game, I guess, that you can play in between the missions, like a good traversal system, then people will naturally just play the game and enjoy it, even if they're not doing anything in particular. You know, like back then I just ran across Florence and stuff for hours on end, not doing anything particular sometimes, you know, just like enjoying the parkour system. And I did the same in Spider-Man, you know, just like swinging across New York and stuff. And yeah, I feel like if you already have the environment of a dense city, then you really should go that extra step and also refine the parkour system. Because in the end, it's like based on the same engine that Unity was on, so how difficult could have it been to include things like menu jump, back and side ejects, you know, parkour down, like all of it has been there already. But yeah, enough of that rant. Just to kind of like give you guys some bit of update here on Mirage, I guess. But yeah, this is gonna be where we will call it today actually for Valhalla, because I'm not gonna be jumping back into the game. Kind of like finish what I wanted to today with East Anglia. So we're gonna jump into that, the continuation of the main story next time with Oxenfordshire. But yeah, for today, this is gonna be where we'll call it. But 100% being able to just show out in the game world and just have fun moving around is a bit underrated. Yeah. And it also keeps you like much more engaged, you know, like one thing that Patrice Desilets, the creative director for the first AC games, actually said is they never wanted the players to stop playing, which is why they had such a big focus on parkour, for instance. But also why they had, for example, loading screens where you could still walk around and run around, because they never wanted you to feel like you're not actively in control of what's happening, I guess, and keep you playing. I mean, obviously that doesn't count for like cutscenes and stuff, but for everything else pretty much. No worries, Rod. Thank you for being here, and thanks also again for the raid earlier. Hey, Varanganus. No worries, thank you also for being here and for lurking. And thank you everyone else as well for joining for some more of AC Valhalla. We're gonna be back tomorrow with either this or more of Hogwarts Legacy. Haven't decided yet, but it's gonna be definitely one of the two games. But for now though, we're gonna go and raid out to... Let's see. I think we're gonna go and raid out to Gisleck today actually, because he's also playing some Valhalla. And he's actually doing the Odyssey crossover quest, I think. So yeah, we're gonna head over there, see how he's doing and how he's enjoying it so far. But it can be so fun just doing random stuff on loading screens too. In Valhalla you love making Eivor slide repeatedly. It's such a fun thing to do. Yeah, I love also doing the repeated slide. It's a bit of a shame they actually changed how slide works a little bit, because initially how it worked was that you had to hold the button, but now you have to be in a run mode and then just tap the button. But also led to the animation always being only on one side, right? Because in the game launch you could like do it, but with like holding the button, and Eivor would kind of like change the position, I guess, with either oriented to the right or left. But now it's always only to one side for some reason. I mean, it's like nothing game breaking or something, but it kind of like bugs me a little bit, I have to say. Because it made the sliding, like repeated sliding, a bit more fun, that it was like always changing, I guess. Yeah, I found it weird as well, because I found the holding actually to be a bit more reliant sometimes. Especially for voting, right? Because voting also worked with like holding. So you could like run towards the wall, then hold the button and you wouldn't crouch, right? But the voting doesn't always work 100%. So nowadays you like run towards the wall, then tap the button, and instead of voting, Eivor would then go into crouch mode instead. So I feel like before that voting also actually worked better, at least in my experience. But yeah, let's go ahead and set up the raid here for Gisleck. If you guys want to join me for the raid there to Gisleck, feel free to copy and paste these raid emotes. And yeah, I will be back tomorrow with either more of this or Hogwarts Legacy. And that's no worries, Sarah. Thank you for being here. And for the lurk as well. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And yeah, I will catch you all next time. Take care.